it's not uncool to have a job, you know. I think artists feel that pressure sometimes, like, no, you got to keep your artist mystique. And you know what I mean? You can't be having a job. Listen, if you're broke and you need some money, man, just get a job, earn some money, put a little bit aside and do your art as well.
Bashy, welcome to Dingle.
Thank you.
Congratulations on your beautiful, bold, it's an impressive new album. Can you tell me why it took so long? There was a good 15 years, I believe, between the last record and this one. So I have to ask, why now, Bashy?
I felt like I had something to say. I missed music, and I've always done acting and music at the same time, and I kind of see it like two reels playing, and I just pressed pause on music while I focused on the acting and grew and became more myself and learned more about me. And then during COVID, Toddla T messaged me and he was like, your voice is missed, man. You have an important voice. People would be interested in your perspective. And so I guess he sort of like planted that thought in my mind. And then I started to explore my life, like where I'd come from, my family, my grandma, what it took for her and my granddad to come to the UK from Jamaica and Dominica and settle and then have my parents, and then the sort of foresight so that their future generations could have an opportunity. And it just started to just jot down thoughts and notes. And then, yeah, at first it wasn't even music. It was just like poetry and like little lyrics. And then it eventually turned into an album when I got back to London, because I was in LA shooting a TV series.
Sure.
Yeah.
And you were quite strict on yourself when you were writing these words down in the first place.
Yeah.
Because you wanted this record to be the truth and important.
Yeah. You read some stuff, you know. Yeah, and I just wanted to make sure that I didn't waste any lines, or that it was just the raw truth. Everything I said on the album was factual, and no wasted punchlines, metaphors. Everything means something. Everything ties in to each other, references the samples, references maybe the track before or the track that's coming. So just like really intricate sort of storytelling. Yeah, nothing wasted. And if I felt like there was any embellishment, because sometimes in hip hop you can do that, in grime you could like have a little line and push the boundary a bit, but it's like if I felt like I was embellishing, I would just scrap it and start again.
Yeah. You mentioned Toddla T, who worked on the Kneecap record as well.
Yeah.
Lots of different guest producers with you on this record.
No.
Benji B?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, not too many though. Like Toddla, sort of the main bulk of the album, and then additional production and notes from Benji B and Progression and Aaron Levi. Yeah, I think it's quite good to have one producer honing everything and pulling it together. It makes it really cohesive. And yeah, that year Toddla made Being Poor is Expensive, and he made Kneecap's album as well. So yeah, some, similar spirits in terms of, but different stories, but similar spirit.
Tell me about some of the samples on the record as well, because it's a rich tapestry of influences on the record, isn't it? I mean, you're the voice throughout it all, but there's some really interesting samples in there. MJ Cole's one.
J. Cole, Aswad, Soul to Soul, Linton Kwesi Johnson. There are more.
And these are all influences that you'd have grown up with?
So Dennis Brown. So these are really what I wanted the music to sound like, is like on different layers, they all tell my story and my community story and people that grew up like me, right? So on the lyrics, that's telling one story, but then if you listen to the musical tapestry of it, it's telling the same story and that same journey. So it has influences of reggae, dancehall music, UK garage, grime, hip hop, lovers rock. These are all jungle. These are all musical genres that influenced me growing up and were the soundtrack to my life and my community's life. So I wanted the album to feel like that on different levels.
A lot of actors write autobiographies, memoirs, but when you're an MC as well, I guess this album does that job in a way.
Yeah, because people ask me quite often, am I going to write a script? And I do script write as well, but I feel as though I have that creative outlet through music. So I'm able to tell my story and then also shoot visuals and also shoot photography and have interviews and talk about the album and talk about some of the process. So I'm getting that creative outlet through the music. Yeah.
And not everybody has that talent.
Oh,
And I'm not going to say that luxury because it is a talent. When you act, we go and see drama. We watch dramas for escapism, to teach us something.
yeah.
But then this album brings it back to the reality, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's your life.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking you have to be quite brave to make this album and to rap these words constantly because it's you looking back, isn't it?
Yeah.
Whereas when you're acting, you kind of let go of reality, right?
Yeah, well, with the acting, I'm getting the chance to experience a different life, a different emotion, something that maybe I don't experience in my own life, and I'm telling someone else's story. And then with my music, I'm able to tell my story and people who grew up like me, right? And if you're not from that, it kind of gives you an insight into how we grew up. So yeah, I'm getting that. Yeah, man, I'm proper blessed to be able to have both careers running simultaneously, man.
I'm told when you walk around northwest London,
Yeah.
you get stopped every 3 seconds.
Nah,
Is
not
that true?
Nah.
5 seconds.
I don't know, man. A lot, but it's mainly love though. It's mainly
Of course, yeah.
people really feeling seen and heard by the album and feel, from what I'm gathering, from what people are telling me, is that it represents the ends authentically and it's told the story in an honest way. And I've been vulnerable on the album, really sort of opened my heart, my feelings, my thoughts about how I grew up, how I feel about it, not in a braggadocious way, in a very real way. So yeah, but not even just Northwest, man, or West London, like a lot of places where I'm going now, this album has been really felt. Yeah. It means a lot as well. It's good, man. It's a good feeling.
Do you sometimes have fans who know you're Bashy but haven't seen you act, and vice versa?
Both, all the time. I remember one time I was working. I was in America, and then so I was in the gym, and the guy comes up to me, and he's like, "Yo," he said, "I saw you in that Top Boy," and I was like, "Yeah, love, man." He was like, "Yo, how'd you do the accent?" And I was like, "Huh?" I couldn't work it out because I had the American accent because I was working on a job, so I stay in the accent. He was like, "Yeah, how'd you do how you do like the British accent?" I was like, "Bro, I'm British, bro." But so that let me know that he didn't know that I was from the UK, so he wouldn't really even have an idea that I did music as well. Yeah.
Just confusing everyone the world over.
Sometimes. I try not to read too many comments, but like I seen a comment, it was funny the other day. I was scrolling through, it might have been How Black Men Lose Their Smile. And like someone said like, wow, Henry Emery, which is a character that I played in them. He said he's got bars. So I thought that was quite, it's quite funny. Yeah.
Funny you mentioned that song. It's a very powerful song.
Yeah.
And that track was inspired by a photograph of your dad.
Yes. Yeah.
Tell us the story.
So during COVID, a lot of people, well, myself, I was in LA and had to stay in lockdown. And so I was communicating with like my family via like FaceTime, WhatsApp calls. And my dad, he was sending me loads of pictures of me as a little kid and sending me pictures of him when he was young, pictures that I'd never seen, right? So he sends me like a few and he was smiling in a big smile. I'd never seen my dad smile like this in my whole life, no exaggeration. And I was like, who is that person, man? Like, why don't I know him? Why doesn't he smile like that anymore? And then my friend sent me pictures maybe a few days later, and same thing with myself. He sent me pictures of when we were around 19, big smile on my face. And then I thought, oh, I've kind of stopped smiling as well. So why is that? And then it made me want to explore why and how Black men lose their smile and just the sort of microaggressions throughout your everyday life, how they can sort of chip away at you and take that smile away and I go to explain that.
And have you had black men approach you and tell you that song speaks to them?
Yeah.
One-on-one?
Yeah. And both sides of the Atlantic as well. So people in America who are experiencing a similar feeling. So yeah, online, and there are some groups who have got together to sort of speak about the song and try to help each other to get the smile back. So yeah, I think it's yeah, it feels like a song that I've wrote, but it really feels like it's resonating with people who look like me, and I'm glad that I could help to articulate maybe a feeling that maybe people were having but hadn't seen it or heard it expressed before.
It's so interesting. People often talk about, especially TV shows, people want to see themselves portrayed.
Yeah,
But I also think that we like seeing and listening to songs that are not about us.
right.
And it's not about us seeing myself portrayed,
Yeah.
but it's just so interesting hearing a record like that. And it helps lots of other people who aren't black men
Yeah.
understand where you come from, you know?
Love, man. Thank you. I'm glad. And that's what I wanted for the album. You know, that if you're from that environment, you feel seen, heard, that something's authentic, and you see your story. And then if you're older and that's maybe not your story, you could look and see, oh, cool, that's what our younger generation are going through.
Right.
And if you're younger than maybe what I'm talking about, you think, oh, that's what the generation went through before us, and maybe they can see some similarities. And then if you're not from the environment, you get an understanding of, oh, that's what it's like. Because, you know, there's films and TV shows and music and stuff like that. I'm not involved in that community or from that community, but I still enjoy it, understand, or get an understanding of it. I'm entertained by it. So yeah, so I'm glad that it can do that.
Why do you think it is so many great UK MCs are also great actors? Like, what's the reason? I'm thinking about Little Sims, also in Top Boy.
Yeah, Kano,
and the list goes on. Yourself, of course. Do you think there's something in the rapping and the MCing that can translate to delivering lines on a camera from someone's script?
I think that pure artists and storytellers are maybe able to utilize the transferable skills and tell a story in a different way, in a different medium. And so those are 2 or 3 like really solid examples. I'm not sure everyone can do it, but those artists really have something that you could identify with, in all 3, something very distinctive and unique talents in their own right. But there's an essence of maybe truth that each of those artists you mentioned are able to like tap into, and that's why they're able to go into those spaces and tell stories.
We're so honoured to have you here in Other Voices because you don't play live that often.
Yeah.
Have you missed the world of touring, gigging, you know, pushing yourself, being an up-and-coming MC? Or was it nice kind of stepping away from this world for a bit?
Yeah, at any point where I'm at in my life, I'm enjoying that moment. So I'm just trying to really stay in the moment and enjoy. So when I'm focused on acting, that's what I'm doing. Have I missed being out and connecting with people and performing music? Yes, but it feels even more, it means more to me, I would say now, because this album is so honest and it's connected with so many people. And so performing it feels different. This time round feels different because it's me like just raw, bare, and for people to connect with that is a special feeling. It's representing people.
You've got nothing to lose now.
And also it's not for, I feel like the previous maybe iteration, maybe I was chasing something, I'm at a different stage in my life. I don't necessarily have to make music in order to, you know, survive in that way. So yeah, it's like I can enjoy it, be myself. There's no ego, it's whatever, man. It's cool. We got just whatever. I'm just happy to perform and enjoy.
Yeah, it's great that you're in a great space and that you're making this incredible music. The album is spectacular.
Thank you.
The album's gone down particularly well with the bus drivers of Northwest Link. Tell us why. Tell us what you mentioned this on the record.
Well, boy, because I was a bus driver, man. Big up the bus drivers. But yeah, like that's what I'm saying. That was a more conventional job. So I think what happens is you can connect with people and it's relatable in that way, right? So it's not like, oh, this guy who's like you know, playing other voices and playing these like events and these big spaces and in Hollywood acting. Now, as someone actually, we know him. He knows our experience. He really was driving the bus, and he was a postman, and yeah, so more conventional jobs. So yeah, it's been a long road, but yeah, they've been yeah, it's mad, and people like they tell me, man, like that. Some people will tell me they'll be like, "Yo, I started driving a bus because you said it was cool."
Oh, right.
Yeah, because I think it's good to influence and inspire, like make it like it's not uncool to have a job, you know. I think artists feel that pressure sometimes, like, no, you got to keep your artist mystique, and you know what I mean, you can't be having a job. Listen, if you're broke and you need some money, man, just get a job, earn some money, put a little bit aside, and do your art as well.
And did it give you time to think and to practice bars in your head or out loud on the bus? Because you're in that little glass cube in the front, aren't you, I suppose?
Yeah, in the little pit. Yeah, nice pressure, you know.
Was it?
Yeah, I think it's a lot. There's fucking cars coming left and right. There's people trying to block you from like coming out of the bus lane. Yeah,
Okay.
it's not. Yeah, man. That's why people need to give more respect to the bus drivers, because I think, because I'll be with someone, I'll be with like a friend or like cousin or something. They'll be, oh, why is the bus driver doing that? And you're like, because they need the space, bro, to turn. They're not understanding, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Finally,
Yeah.
tell me about the importance of family on this record and your grandmother.
Family are important to this record, but also just in life, right? When I was writing the album, I was thinking about my grandparents a lot, all four of them. Just, man, they came to a country that maybe at first maybe wasn't so accepting, right? But they stood in the face of that.
Were they all part of Windrush?
Yeah. All my grandparents, they're from Dominica and Jamaica.
Okay.
In the Caribbean, and so they came in like between the 40s and 50s. They came to the UK, and you know, just working class, had cleaning job, and one worked in a chocolate factory, one worked in a hotel, and then one granddad worked at a tire factory, and the other one worked at Ford Motor Cars. And so, you know, just to really grind, man, and have that foresight, you know what, I'm going to give my kids and their kids opportunity. And I am like fully living that opportunity now. I want to be a musician and an actor, and so I am. That's powerful to have that freedom to be able to do that. And yeah, family's just important in life, because I lost one of my grandmas, and I was I felt as though I was chasing success and, you know, chasing money, and I was doing well, and I'm living the dream, I'm going to Hollywood. And then when I was over there living and working, then my grandma passed away in the UK, and I didn't see her before I left. And so that was a really powerful lesson for me, to be in the moment and stay connected with my family, and that, you know, success and living your dream is good, but family are the most important thing. So yeah.
Bashys, brilliant to talk to you. Thank you so much.
No, respect.
See you in church.
Yes, love.